Hey, man.
Hey, Eric.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome to Victoria by the Sea.
Man, this is a quaint little town.
Yeah, this is a great little town. There's 160 people, 4 square blocks, right on the ocean. This is my family's chocolate shop. My parents started in '87, and my sister and I were little kids when my parents opened the shop. So we grew up here making chocolate, and the building is the old general store. So this has kind of been the center of town in Victoria by the Sea for a long time. The building's from the 1860s, and we just put in all new wooden windows and rebuilt the front of it. And
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a really cool old building. There's a lot of history in there. This is where the first telephone in Victoria was.
Really?
Yeah, and the old storekeeper, Miner McNevin, he'd come out with the megaphone and yell like, "Hey Gertrude, it's a," and they'd pass it over through the fences and someone would come down and get on the phone.
What else do you have in there other than chocolate?
Well, we got the best coffee you can get on PEI.
Oh, I can't wait. Maybe that'll be our treat when we come back.
Yeah, we'll go for a ride and then we'll come back and drink coffee.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Tell me about your bike.
This bike is awesome. It's a 2007 KLR 650. Yeah, it's a single cylinder and it's super reliable, super tough. It's amazing. People buy these bikes and ride them around the world. I bought this bike to ride to South America, and I haven't done that yet, but that's still the dream. That's what I want to do. This is the right bike for it.
That's your dream trip?
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a fun trip.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time down there on motorbikes, and now I want to ride from here to there on this bike.
What's your favorite thing about this bike?
Just firing it up and getting on it and riding out of here. I just love everything about it.
Is this your only bike?
No, this is my favorite bike, but that barn's full of motorcycles, and all the other ones, they're like classic bikes from the 70s. So I ride around on a 1975 Honda CB750 Super Sport. But for today, we're going to take this bike because we're going to do the back roads, and so this is the right bike for that ride. And we're going to just go into the hills and rip around.
Now, I've got a map.
Yeah, grab it.
I marked on it. Right.
Yeah, so we're here in Victoria by the Sea, and we're going to go up the coast, and it's like, classic PEI, red cliffs along the shore. And then we're going to cut inland on the other side of the bay, and then it's going to be like all farm country, field access roads, dirt roads through here. It's real classic PEI country riding.
That sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
What a nice looking wharf area.
Actually, I watched that wharf burn down. I remember coming down on the school bus and you could see all the smoke and
wow.
And yeah, it went up.
When do we get to the dirt roads?
Yeah, any minute here. We'll get up to the top of the hill and we'll take a right on Ferguson Road.
I love the canopy of trees like this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's so nice in here. It's like a green tunnel.
Can you make it all the way across the island without touching almost any pavement?
Pretty close.
Nice. Oh, it's a bit soft up here.
Yeah, I don't mind the mud actually. It's all right. All right, we're gonna head back to Victoria, but we'll go the back way and we can rip our way along the Tryon River.
That sounds great.
See that fox?
Yeah, oh my God. The lupins are out. They're gorgeous. The green fields, holy.
Yeah, it's so vibrant. It's gonna be a good crop for these farmers. All right, just heads up over here. There's a lot of loose gravel in this turn.
Oh, got it, thanks. Oh my God.
Coffee time.
Oh, this is my favorite. Thanks so much for that ride. Oh my God, that's my favorite type of riding. Like
That's so much fun.
the green tunnels against the red dirt road.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. All the farm access roads through the hills, it's so cool. And they just go forever. You could ride all day and hardly hit pavement. It's nice.
So you've been to Ecuador already. What's the riding like down there?
It's amazing, but it's a little sketchy, you know. I was riding a 200cc made in China dirt bike, and I rode it from the Amazon over the Andes Mountains and down to the Pacific a bunch of times. And you got stuff like, you'll go through little villages and you'll have 20 dogs chasing you. And then you got all kinds of crooked cops, so you're paying them off at checkpoints and stuff.
Have you ever gotten in an accident down there?
Yeah, I was coming out of a town called Santo Domingo de los Colorados and blew the front tire and high-sided it. And
Oh my God.
in Florida, I got hit by a car, and then I was wearing this jacket, and the paramedics cut it off of me.
Oh,
So that's why it's all Frankenstein looking. But I had 2 broken arms, and
yeah.
my leg was, I shattered my femur, I shattered this kneecap, I was in rough shape. But I survived, and I'm still riding, so.
God, after all that, most people would have walked away from riding. What brought you back?
I just love it. It's just, it took me 4 months and 10 days to take my first step. I was still on crutches, and I had my neighbor pull the bike out and start it for me because I couldn't kick it over with my leg. And it was into October, and I was like, if I don't get on this bike, I may never get on it. So I just jumped on it. I just did a lap around the village and then put it away, and then a ton of physio, and then, next spring I'm pulling the bike out.
How'd you get into riding?
I'd ridden, as a kid, a couple of friends' dirt bikes, and I was like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. I want to be doing this. So I asked my mom and dad if I could buy a motorcycle, and they said no. But I was mowing lawns and washing cars, and so I got some money, and I bought a Honda XR100, and I hid it behind the fire hall, and I was riding around and hiding it and riding it, and they figured it out pretty quick, and by then it was too late. I already had the bike and I was riding it, so it's just happening.
From when you started in your teens, has anything changed for you about riding?
I'm still messed up. Like, my leg will never be the same, but I can still kickstart and shift gears, so I'm just more cautious, I think, and like hyper aware of cars around me. That's why another reason I really love riding around on these back roads is you're just out there. There's not too much traffic.
When we were on the ride, you were talking about how you have this connection with the farmers in Ecuador.
Yeah, my mom and dad opened this shop when I was 11 and my sister was 8, so we grew up in here working with chocolate. But once I got there and I saw the cocoa pods growing on the tree, I was like, this is what I'm doing. And I just loved it so much that I kept going back every winter, and each year I'd bring another piece of equipment. They taught me all about the agricultural side of it and the harvesting the cocoa beans, and then I was able to teach them how to work with the finished chocolate. So we started at opposite ends of the whole chain of production and just kind of met in the middle, and I've had so many adventures down there. And then I bring the cocoa beans back here and make the chocolate and make chocolate motorcycles and yeah, tie it all together.
Well, let me have this chocolate, the results of this labor. Chocolate motorcycle. So you want to go for another ride?
Absolutely, let's do this.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome.